Previously on Genshin Impact. So last one.
This wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Yeah. So the last one we did was Farewell, Archaic Lord. So now we have to go to the Jade Palace. So I started the cutscene accidentally. I forgot there's a little cave right over there. And if you go into the cave, even though the cutscene starts when you're up there, inside the cave, for a reason, the cutscene triggers. It's almost like it's just one large tube when it comes to the trigger, you know, like the entrance or the triggering for the cutscene. So, yeah. So there's a little cutscene that plays, and it shows the Jade Chamber. And they're like, oh, we gotta get over there, traveler. And so that's what we're gonna do. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over up there to the Jade Chamber. Yeah, so it's like one large cylinder. Like I said, it's like to trigger it, it's just weird. Because it shouldn't just be up there. But you go into the cave and the cutscene triggers, and I don't think you can just do it again. Like, there's sometimes where you can have the cutscene trigger like twice if you log out and back in. But yeah, I don't think that's the case here. Or is it?
Hey,
No.
look! There's some sort of mechanism thingy. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber.
Maybe it's the way to the Jade Chamber. It looks like some sort of trap.
Yes, this must be the way.
I remember getting to this point because I think Dragon Spine wasn't released till after this. So at this point, this was like the highest kind of point that you could get to in the game, which was insane. You know, and just the view.
It only takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to reach the top in one go.
Let's go back down to Liyue and ask the Millilith.
Huh? Why?
The way up shouldn't be a secret, or...
Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? Alright, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista.
Let's Hakalugi on it. Just... Tui!
Paimon has a new idea.
We can use the ballista and blast ourselves
Why
up.
don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista?
No thanks, I don't have a death wish.
Aww.
The other option was, do you really hate me that much?
This method does seem a bit unsafe.
Still, I do have hope that the ballista has a scope.
Oh, that's
Or I do remember
right.
the ballista has a scope, yeah.
Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if there's another way up nearby.
I'll keep this close.
No, you won't. To the Guizhong Ballista. Yeah, Liyue has a lot of nice little areas like this where you can just really get a nice, beautiful view. There's right here.
Stabilize.
Where you can get over here. I mean, just look at this. Just look at that. You got the Ganyun Stone Forest down there. There's Storm Terror's lair, I think, or like right over there. So, yeah, it's just I really love the game and how gorgeous it is. And here's the ballista. Oh no, it's the Millilith. Let's kill them. Hello, Millilith, who aren't going to survive for long.
Halt!
Who goes
Who
there?
trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Me. Hallowed what now?
Exactly. What are you talking about? We're invited guests. What makes you think you can treat us like this? No. Wait. Maybe this was Ningguang's plan all along.
Tananayo.
She pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a Millilith ambush here to arrest us.
I'm not quite sure that's the case. We haven't explained the invitation to them yet.
Now Paimon's mad. You, over there. This is a trick, isn't it? How shameless.
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
You heard me.
Nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, if you want to do it the easy way.
Not too far now. I will have order.
Windblade!
Who goes there? Take
Actually,
the target alive.
no, don't take them alive.
Be gone!
Bye now. Bye now, or bye now.
Be free.
I could end this a lot faster. I like messing with these guys.
Invested. To arms. Attack. Stabilize. Time to say hello.
Bye, say goodbye, say hello.
Let's light it up!
Beaten.
Stop!
In the
all this
name
about?
of love.
Lady Kuching,
Lady Kaching.
these two strange people suddenly appeared.
Lady
They seem to have
Kaching.
designs on the Guizhong ballista.
Who are you calling strange?
We're just looking for a way to the Jade Chamber.
You want to go to the Jade Chamber? Who are you?
Your future ex-wife.
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
I am the hope of the universe. I have the answers to all living things that cry out for peace.
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh, Nani?
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes? Didn't expect to meet you here in the mountains.
In the mountains.
Paimon didn't think we'd meet some super rich big shot out here in the middle of nowhere either.
The Guizhong ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been in disrepair, and yet it was fixed in a single night. I came here to investigate that occurrence. These Millilith are just here to guard the scene, not to arrest anyone.
So this was all a misunderstanding? Paimon never would have thought.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery, even to the Qixing.
That was...
Paimon, don't complicate the matter. We only did a tiny part of the work there. Eh?
Right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady Tianquan invited us to go to the Jade Chamber?
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose is to request that the savior of Mondstadt take a more neutral stance, or at least to not wholly side with the Adepti.
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimonious arrogance, aren't you?
Huh?
You are mortals and thus under their protection. There was no way they would have regarded you as someone with the ability to assassinate a god. Naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the area, questioning the citizenry, and pursuit of the assassin to be pointless work. Perhaps they even wonder if there might be a cover-up. I'll say it like it is. They're underestimating us.
Well, you've got a point there. Still, this is the first time Paimon's seen a person from Liyue who doesn't respect the gods or the Adepti.
I do things a little bit differently.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay in moving against us, Qixing? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism is mine alone, and Ningguang does not share it. Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite restrained. Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. But to think that they would call for a council of Adepti rather than come down here directly. How surprisingly civilized of them.
Any chance you could talk it out with them? Ningguang would prefer to negotiate, wouldn't she?
Well, for Ningguang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt we can do that here. The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Another super bold statement.
I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't intended to say so much. But you're a good listener, Traveler.
No problem, baby.
You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. Ningguang's schedule is packed to the gills all the way till next year. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see ascending to the Jade Chamber as the greatest honor. Each brings rich gifts as they visit, all to curry a little favor with Ningguang.
Favor?
Uh-huh. I'm on, that's not the point.
But, wait, that's right. Greeting gifts are a staple of Liyue's culture. We need to get one. Not to curry favor or anything, just to respect Liyue's culture.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourselves. Let me tell you how to get to the Jade Chamber first.
You have to believe in
You
yourself.
actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Go back to Liyue Harbor. Find a guide at the Yuehai Pavilion, and... well then. May we meet again, Traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not respect the gods, but Paimon thinks she's a pretty cool person.
She made a good impression on me too. I agree with some of her views.
So, what should we give to Ningguang when we see her?
You really shifted your focus, haven't you, Paimon?
Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing snack last night. Sugar-frosted slime! Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for a super rich person like Ningguang.
I mean,
Why don't we go with that for a gift?
not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good. Like, I would imagine that the slimes, especially like the cryo or hydro ones, are probably sweet. So having like a sugar or sweet enough, and then you have a little dusting of like powdered sugar on it or something, like sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie here. Just think of it as like Jello. So how do we make this thing you dreamt up?
With a certain boom shakalaka, of course.
Oh,
Let's go gather ingredients. Time waits for no one, and
except for
neither will
people
our
who
riches.
control it. Time waits for no one, except for those who control time. Equilibrium. We're just drifting away.
Ooh, look at that slime. It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one.
Oh wait, there is... Where was it? I want to get it before I forget about it. Wasn't it like over here? I swore there was like one of those. Oh wait, no, there it is. There it is. I was wondering. I was like, it's around here somewhere, right here. There we go.
Careful. Some Saurians like
There
to
we
hide
go.
in chests like this.
I feel better.
Probably an introvert thing.
I'm like, I can't remember if it was like one of those like ones where you have to, you know, do the hoops or, you know, the rings or whatever, but
Not too far now. Be free.
die.
Huh? Is it just Paimon? Or is there a sweet fragrance in the air?
Sorry, that was me.
Huh? Did you hear that?
Sounded like someone calling for help.
It seemed like it came from those ruins over there.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
Uh-oh.
Someone help me
It
out.
looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone inside.
Ah, you can stay there. Yes. More chance to kill people. I hate when that happens.
Let's light it up!
Windblade.
Becomes
Yeah. There you go. Hello, sir. Oh, wait. Okay, who's... I hear someone. Oh.
Not too far now.
There we go. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. You rescued my life. Oh, man. I'm so glad you helped me.
Thank you for your help, kind travelers. If you hadn't come to my aid, I surely would have rotted in this cell.
I doubt that.
Those treasure hoarders. When their mood was good, they'd rearrange those pots of sweet flowers. When they were in a bad mood, they'd rearrange my face.
Aw, it was nothing. No need to thank us all at once or anything.
I understand. Don't worry. I will compensate you both.
No, really no need.
Don't say that. I only escaped this predicament because of you. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I often walk around these mountains in search of antiques. I never expected that those treasure hoarders would have their eyes on the same ruins that I had. Before I knew it, they'd caught and imprisoned me. Is there anything that you lack? Antiques, treasure, various knickknacks, you name it. Well, as long as you want what I have to offer, of course.
Your goodwill is good enough for me.
Wait a moment. Actually, we are looking for something.
Oh? And what might that be?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a pretty one. The kind that you can use to store snacks.
A bento
Of
box?
course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes? At Mingxing Jewelry, we have the best gift wrapping service in the 7 nations. Now just give me a moment and I'll let the boss know. You can go see her whenever you require that box.
Great! Paimon's sugar frosted slime now comes in a beautiful package.
And it ships within 5 business days. Let's see. Was there anything else here that I wanted to do? I think I got all the chests here. Yeah, there's one, the main one down there. Pretty sure I got everything here. Actually, this is good because I kind of need money. I need money. I wanna level them up, but yeah, but I don't have money to level all of them. I still need, let's see, for Bennett, or something. I don't know. Hi.
Hey there! A guy called Meng Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Thank you both for saving him.
No problem.
Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, it would be impossible for us to continue doing business. Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it do?
Yep. It's
Yep.
Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other thing?
Sure. Please help yourselves. As long as it's on our shelves.
Traveler,
I'd like to borrow
this
you.
clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great snack. It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit more powdered sugar.
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as decorations, too.
Woohoo! It
I mean,
looks
seriously, look at that.
beautiful.
Come on. That and mint and jelly? Well, getting the mint jelly, different, but that one's actually using a piece of the slime. But I'm seriously, look at that. That looks so freaking good. That looks so good. I'm still not sold on this gift idea.
Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box, let's go to the Jade Chamber to see Ningguang.
But first, before we do, icing on the slime.
Thanks for saving Uncle Mung. Well, now.
Can you?
Thanks for saving Uncle Mung. Well, now.
Okay, well, she's not gonna do that. It's not gonna let me. Deja vu, I've been this place before. I'm also still looking for if there's any chests around here that I might have missed. They love putting them around here. There'd be one up there, and I think I got it. I think I got all the, not all of them. I'm sure I've missed a few, but like the main ones. Yep, I think so. Though clouds may darken.
And light turn to glow.
According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
He's like, are you
Yes.
stupid?
How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ningguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep, that's us.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
And up to the J chamber we go, where we see Mommy. Oh yeah. People want to talk about badass women. That's a badass woman right there.
For you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering that you were supposed to be my guests.
Oh no, it's nothing.
Nice place, this Jade Chamber. My first time coming to a place this high up. I mean, yeah, right at this point, it's supposed to be pretty much the highest point in the nation, so that way it can kind of look over the entire nation itself and kind of keep an eye on things. So right now, as of this point, you were at like the highest point in, so far in the 2 nations you've been to. Once Dragon Spine came out, there's the nail, the sky nail, and you can get on top of it. And I think that's actually now the highest point at that point, when that comes out, or when that came out. But right now, we are at the highest point so far in the game. Nice place, this Jade Chamber.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue. I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it.
See, and that's another thing I've been talking about. Like, she says Liyue. Others say Liu, others say Liyue, others say Liyue. Tianchuan, she said Tianchuan. So it's like the sound director who is supposed to be directing these people, making sure it's all sounding the same. Like every single person says these words differently. And not once did they say, oh, hey, could you just re-say that? You know, you have the nation and you got people who live there and every single one of them say the nation's name differently. And it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One
Liyue.
day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Tianchuan does not lack for ambition.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly
She knows
of you.
Jean.
As such,
Which
I
would
have
make
been
sense.
putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I
I've been
finally
watching
got
you.
wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
Oh, fuck. We also ran into the Yuhang not too long ago.
At the Guizhang Ballista, yes?
Very well informed.
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude.
Oh, good. So she didn't see the
Our
time I
eyes and
pissed in
ears
the
are more
bush.
than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Kaching said that Qixing would not wish ill on Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti.
With the Qixing.
The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Sky's the limit. Was there... Actually, no, we'll do this first.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Rings bell. Only in the broadest of strokes.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed, and many lives were lost. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that.
Yeah. Those are not just natural mountains that were just, formed. No, those are things that Rex Lapis threw into the ocean. Now, when you get there and you see these massive mountains, because that's what they are basically, like the one right there in the middle, it's like a mountain. And yet that was hurled into the ocean. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Why hide the Exuvia then?
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the Exuvia was a necessary
Exuvia.
maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider while our foes scurry about.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
The enemy of all.
What do you think, traveler?
It's him. I mean, it doesn't give it. It's just like, is it him? It's him, isn't it? Yes.
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Yes.
Well answered.
I love the pronoun game.
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations to receive guests within are complete. So please, this way.
Yes, mommy. All right, I can't remember if there was there was a chest out here. I don't remember, so I'm going to jump up. I'm going to jump up and get down. And no. Stay there for a second. Yeah, I really don't remember. Is there anything here? I don't remember. I mean, even if I don't get it, it's not that big of a deal. Because it's not like it prevents you from coming back to the J Chamber. That's fine. I'll figure it out later. I don't remember if there is. I remember the first time trying to look around. I'm like, I don't think I remember finding anything.
Wowee!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Uh-huh. What you doing? Now, where was it? Where was it? I can't remember. There was something around here that's interesting. Unless it's when I come back. Hang on. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's there the second time around. So, not just yet. Customs of Liyue, receiving gods. Meadow of Gems. Anything else that was here? Neatly stacked scrolls, scale. The mountains be raised, and to death, the ground beneath our feet crumble. Never may the contract change. For it alone is the bedrock of which Mount Tianheng stands firm against the ties of indigenous machinations. Okay, Ningguang.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
Yes.
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first.
Yeah, let's
Naturally.
play. Is that what I think it is? The board.
Ooh, isn't this that legendary
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
The legendary wall.
I also know another man with the ideas of a legendary wall.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall.
Uh-huh.
It's super famous.
Super duper.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, Traveler?
Not really.
You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust.
I'd like to
Now,
have
if you were
your
to choose the more trustworthy
trust.
person between myself and Kuching.
well, between orthodoxy and heterodoxy, I'd go with Kaching and her skepticism of the divine.
You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
I surmise that the Fatui has a hand in these rumors.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them.
Clandestine meaning secret.
Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Seriously, Paimon? Seriously?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please, and you may take it with you.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that. Let's see, what should we get?
How about the scrolls with unlimited
What are the
power?
sheets on that wall?
Gee, I wonder which one we're gonna pick.
Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy prices, even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for.
I mean, it's kind of true. And we
This
are
big one, the biggest one.
locking in the Mora department right now with a measly 528. So,
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one. La 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 la. Let's see what's written on it. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich.
Yeah.
Let's see what's written over here. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of permission. Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. spreading rumors, wanting to get their hands on the Archon's body and whatnot. But research on the Sigil of Permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to.
I'd like to get my hands on the Archon's body.
Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
Ningguang is clearly trying to steer us here.
Oh, you really think so? Well, should we not go then?
No, what I mean
Oh,
is...
so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ningguang that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon thinks she's been nothing but good to us. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good there.
Get money, hopefully? Nope. Yep, we got plenty of money. Now we can do it. Alright, so...
Benny's
Of
adventure
course.
team, assemble!
Still need more. I can't do that yet. Can we get much higher? Actually, can we just... Oh. Just a cart. Mario Kart. Haha! Yeah.
There really were Fatui at the location
What's up, bitches?
And they look really mad at us too.
Order guide you.
Windblade, let's light it up!
Be free.
You're not getting anywhere, buddy. So let's see. And we go down here.
A reward on the road.
No, no, come on.
Stabilize.
All right. Oh. Don't want to forget you, little one. We don't want to forget you now. All right. Go ahead and get that done. You never forget to get the stuff there. Any kind of
Adventure time!
chests or whatever.
Get out of here!
Crumble.
Prepare to be blown away!
Farewell.
All right, there's that one. Is there? So yeah, there we go. I was like, I think I saw a chest around here.
Your passion for treasure hunting is turning these chests
Yeah,
into an
endangered species. Ha ha ha! You're so funny, buddy boy. Oh, you think you can defeat me?
Go. You're free now.
Windblade,
Yeah, douchebag. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Making sure.
here. And some stacks of blank paper, too. What are they for? Paimon's seen this pattern before.
Like a sigil of permission.
Where? Oh, Paimon knows! It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you.
Does.
But how did a relic of the Adepti end up in the hands of someone like Child? Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil of permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect. Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah, not too dangerous though. Seems the Fatui are definitely up to something. Maybe this paper is the only a snippet of a much bigger plan.
And the plot thickens. We'll need to keep an eye on Child, that's for sure. Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh.
Dihua Marsh.
Paimon hates being late.
That's right, let's go to Dihua Marsh. I'll tell you what. We're going down to Dihua Marsh. Oh! That boy ain't right. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I think I got everything over here. I'm pretty sure I got everything over here. Hi, Daddy. Everyone silence. Silence.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive. Paimon's never seen such a fancy schmancy place before.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ningguang, I trust? What did you talk about with her?
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly.
Business people are always friendly when it suits their interests.
Yeah, her take on Ningguang is quite different from Paimon's. She thinks that even the tactless Yuheng is more trustworthy than her.
Oh, so you also met with Keqing then?
Keqing.
What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
Triggering intensifies for Zhongli.
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members of the Qixing, although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions.
Ningguang is highly intelligent. Ningguang is highly ambitious. She's intelligent.
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. No ordinary person could ever achieve that.
You see? And that's what I say. You know, Ningguang is a badass character. Everything she has, she achieved on her own. She's strong, she's independent, but she's not afraid to be feminine. She's not afraid to be vulnerable. She's not afraid to open up. She's not afraid of doing all those female characteristics that writers seem to have such a problem with nowadays. You know, she's a badass woman. You know, she doesn't belittle or talk down to you because you're a man. If you're playing as or any of the other characters who are men, she respects them. And that's the problem with the writing now. You'll have a badass woman like her written by someone else, and she'll belittle men, she'll emasculate them. She has to be a badass bitch who always puts people in their place and doesn't show any, feminine emotions or any feminine traits. And so Ningguang is a badass female. She is a girl boss, as people would say.
It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Me.
Why, Mora, of course.
I love that slow head turn. He's like, Mora, of course. That makes sense. No surprise there.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
And now they're trying to reproduce the sigil of permission?
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in
In
Liyue
Liyue Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
One of my favorite lilies in the game, because they really are pretty.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Eugene Terrace have some?
Yeah,
Even
they're not the
James
same, though.
Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right. Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers. Maybe we could ask her.
No need.
No, those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze
Liyue
lilies.
Marsh?
It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War,
Liyue
Dihua Marsh
Marsh
was all dry land and fertile soil.
Oh!
But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Nearly all the glaze lilies were wiped out. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting incense. But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers.
So you need me to sing?
That's correct. Your singing will surely bring out the strongest fragrance from the flowers.
So how good is your singing?
I can hold a tune. I'm a pro. Just step back and listen.
Really? Why doesn't Paimon believe you?
Because I'm lying.
We'll only know once she starts singing.
I think that's the song they sing. The Barbara's little song that she does.
It's time to sing.
Yeah, look at them. Look how pretty those flowers are.
Da 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 da.
Grrr.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
They don't understand Mondstadtian songs.
Light it up. Windblade.
Oh!
Not too far now.
Those were glaze lilies.
You know,
Lilies wouldn't hit people.
those were whopper flowers. I remember that being a lot harder.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower.
Why is it called a whopper flower? Well, because it's the flower that likes to whop.
Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value. Let's collect what we can of these petals.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
That's so lame.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Are you searching for glaze lilies?
Yes, I am.
Oh, hey, it's
What's her
what's her
face? Greetings, Kanyu.
Paimon can't remember.
Greetings, Yongu.
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name.
How can I forget? Miss, I can crush things with my thighs.
Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Well, you gotta pull a barf now. Drop and give me 10. It isn't a secret, so perhaps you just assumed we knew. Guess it was our fault for not asking.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Oh, man.
Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Oh, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan.
The Tianquan.
Now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it
Yeah,
up.
Paimon, you should be more
No,
considerate.
It's quite all right. I just haven't processed my
Sure.
emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. It's truly a changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
RC
The other
Betos.
5, including Inazuma's Raiden
Raiden
Shogun,
Shogun.
are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old,
Yeah.
whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say as an Adeptus?
Like, come on. Did you not see the horns on my head?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day.
So you're half Chilean. That explains the horns. So you're Howl. That explains the forgetfulness. Yeah, she's like 2,000 years old. That's insane. That explains the
Well,
horns.
Let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's right, young lady. We came down here at Dihua Marsh looking for some glazed lilies. They're hard to find, I'll tell you what.
I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself.
We dare not refuse it.
Dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
No.
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Ganyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
Good luck. Goodbye. That girl ain't right.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Zhongli, you seem suited to working in agricultural development.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
Yeah, then maybe he won't be so poor all the time.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time.
Which, considering this is only like the second or so time I've done this quest, so thinking about what he's saying right here, that hits hard. That hits hard. I mean, knowing that what he's probably referring to.
So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked, the wear and tear on your heart may go well past mending.
Also, it's kind of like a double meaning here. It's like he's explaining things to us, but he also has his own personal reasons for, for saying these things.
Wow. See? Zhongli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
I love Zhongli. I love him so freaking much. All right, go back to Liyue Harbor. Oh, it's terrible. Someone's broken into the Golden House. Oh no, someone's broken into the Golden House? Yeah, someone's broken into the Golden House. Did I hear someone's broken into the Golden House? Yes, you've just heard that someone else broke into the Golden House.
What happened? The city gate is swarming with Millilith and...
Felix, my favorite.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Yes.
Mr. Zhongli, I presume.
Yes, that's me.
The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times. We mustn't act rashly.
Desperate times?
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise force?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, I say meet, but it's more like they're attempting to stall the Adepti outside the city. However, both sides were quite obstinate and hit an impasse.
It seems inevitable, given the current situation.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because of that obstinacy that mortals and Adepti are now on the verge of conflict.
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under fire?
That's all Ningguang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
What can we do? Is there anything we can do? We can't just stand by and watch.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides?
I do. I'll sleep with anyone I need
to.
to.
Use your sword to turn the balance. Neither path is an easy one.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the gates.
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment.
Master Hu instead of Director Hu. Huh.
Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent an explosion, it may be wisest to look for the fuse first.
It's true.
Connections with the Fatui seems to be quite the double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse?
That ginger guy. You know, Mr. More Money Than Sense. That ginger guy.
Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down,
I love how they just the
it's
ginger
definitely
guy.
him. He must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad.
Like something crazy.
Where could we find him now?
I don't know.
Where would he go at a time like this?
Follow me. That's hilarious. That ginger guy. Go to the Golden House. Have I? No. I think it's better to glide down than it is to run up. Plus, it's more of an entrance. That ginger guy. That guy with the hair. Like, what guy? You know, the guy that we keep talking to who just pops up out of nowhere? You mean Zhongli? No, not him, the other one. What guy are we talking about? The ginger. Now, if I recall, there is chests here. If I remember, there's one right over here. Was it over here? Pretty sure there was one like right over here. Unless it's on the other side. Around the outside. I gotta sneeze. Oh my god. I'm allergic to life. Let's go over here first. Around the outside. Come on. Oh, come on. I wish they would speed this up a little bit. Oh, I want to... Actually, do I really want that? Probably not.
You can always
Yay!
tell which ones are ripe for the picking by the sound they make when you
Yay! Hey! Hey! Okay, we're good. Ah, this is gonna be fun. Let me just save right here. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. And actually, it shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't be too bad anymore, especially since I have Zhongli.
Wow! This is the Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside.
Aye,
but
Scrooge
who would've
McDuck
guessed it was
moment
even
here.
Fancier on the inside. And so full of Mora. This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing.
Touch a single more and we're done for. If it were that easy, this place would have been emptied long ago.
Oh, so it's a trap.
That is a lot of Mora.
Tricky,
I wonder how much is
tricky.
actually in
Good thing
there.
Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any,
I
we
wonder
can
if someone's
still have a
actually
closer look,
estimated
right?
how much.
Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true.
We better check on the Exuvia. Exuvia! Something feels amiss here.
Oh, right. Back to business. It's quiet.
Too quiet.
Too quiet.
I just said that, Paimon.
Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the
Exuvia!
Huh? Look! What happened here?
The Millilith. They've been knocked unconscious. Sorry, that was me.
Quick, we have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
Exuvia. Like, seriously, look at all this. Like, I wonder how much this would actually cost. Like, how much is actually in here? It's like... And like, and they're not just here, but then you see over here as well. There, I'm sure there's more in there. Like, look at this. Just mountains of gold. And you can see how big Mora is just by looking at Auroron's foot. You know, it's like half the size of his foot. So I'm pretty sure someone could look at how much that is and calculate based on, you know, height and all that. Like standing right here, knowing that it's like half a foot long, and then kind of calculate all that and, you know, trying to basically figuring out how much Mora is worth in US dollars. And someone could probably calculate the entirety, the worth of all the Mora in the Golden House, assuming that all the doors here are filled about the same, or, you know.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides.
Oh no,
so
mysterious
why do you
voice.
still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
Nani?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that
ginger.
you'd be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way.
How did you find out it was here? How did you find out it was here? Looks like I was just in time then.
Where should I start? Well, I've never been one to beat around the bush, you know. But who could have possibly guessed that the god of Geo would mysteriously perish the very moment I arrived in Liyue, and that the Exuvia would subsequently be hidden away? If it weren't for that lovely little rite of parting ceremony you put together, it would have taken me a whole lot longer to get the information I needed. Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
Exuvia.
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires.
Not if I have anything to say about it. I won't let you get near the Exuvia.
I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
That's us.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh,
You won't
so
have a
you intend
choice.
to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there?
I could never defeat you? You're completely delusional. Oh, that statement, delusion. I know, he gets it.
Fighting talk, I love it. Now let's see you live up to it.
Damn fighting words. Oh wow, I haven't fought him in a while.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Not bad.
Solidify.
A trick or two. Haha, good. No wonder Senora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get.
Rasengan.
Nani?
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just
Oh no.
getting close to the Exuvia.
Exuvia.
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh?
What?
I see. Well, this is most unexpected.
Oh.
You beat me to it, didn't you?
So you have come this far, and still you understand nothing. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tartaglia, child, the 11th of the 11 Fatui Harbingers.
This is going to cost you.
Is it? Is it? Whoa! Whoa! I love how Paimon just smacks everything on the way down. Oh, she's pretty strong though. Covered in rubble, she just pops up like it's nothing. My shining star! You have come for me. My body is ready.
Gather. You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose?
I don't even think that really does anything.
Gnosis over. Now, don't make me take it from you.
Take it?
Yeah, this was used to be a lot harder. They had to nerf it like hardcore because people kept dying and complaining about how hard it was. Outlander versus Outlander.
And some you lose.
I remember having to do this like 15 times.
Look! Child's back to normal again.
I think I did it when it was still hard.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
You just didn't want to listen.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Senora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be?
Because I'm collecting the power of the 7 elements. Because I'm gradually restoring my former power.
You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied.
Oh, okay.
Anyone
Well, that's
who
good.
strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
But sometimes it's the way to best
Unfortunately,
form best
I must
friendships.
bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin
Exuvia!
with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just
Exuvia!
a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
The corpse was fake?
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
Oh yeah.
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
It's true.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial,
God.
Overlord
Lord
of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Oh god.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
I saw your research with my own eyes.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Yep, here we go. One of the best moments back when Liyue was like the only other nation that had been released. The waters are Kyogre. We're gonna get Groudon up in here soon.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
I kind of like how they made his voice fade away as he was leaving instead of having it loud.
That guy is fast.
Yeah, that's what she said.
What's going on?
The Jade Chamber? Yeah, up until this point, this whole cutscene, this whole sequence was like the most insane thing we'd seen in the game so far. Like even more than like Dvalin. Like this, I remember seeing this for the first time when I played it. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Cinema.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House,
Osial, Overlord of the
we wouldn't have known
Vortex.
which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
You're kind of looking at it, Paimon.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Huh?
Zhao,
Hold on. It's the Adepti. What
Cloud
are you doing in the
Retainer,
Jade Chamber?
my beloved.
Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude,
Calamity Ganon?
we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon
The
gets
Moon
it.
Carver.
So
He's like,
how do you plan
no.
to defend Liyue? Just seeing this
I love how
Overlord
patient
of the
Osial's
Vortex
being
guy
right now.
with a pit in Paimon's
Oh,
tummy.
can you fight us or
It's all the
something?
way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue
I mean,
Harbor.
it's not really
So
doing
the
anything. It's just
Archon
kind of
War was
standing
fighting
there
2,000 years
menacingly.
ago against enemies So will the power of the Qixing, Millelith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already
Hey.
discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here.
You mean one's own
For what
wings?
could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
Oh yeah, keep talking
I suppose
sexy to
this
me
is
like
one
that.
blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the
Oh
upgraded
yeah, here we
Guizhong
go.
Ballista to fight off
Another
that god.
Ningguang boss,
All
girl
the
boss
Adepti here
moment.
can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
You ready for this? Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Guizhong Ballistas. Oh man, it's the Fatui.
The Fatui!
The Fatui.
Ballista!
Here, let's go get those ballistas.
To battle!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millelith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Like, you actually have to keep going for like 6 minutes. It's kind of irritating, but like, you know.
Not too far now.
Windblade!
Unless, it's in just how much, how quickly you can defeat the Fatui.
Stabilize. Be free.
Yes, keep fighting. This god will know our wrath. I mean, look how awesome that is.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
He's like, what did I just fucking tell you?
Order the Fatui. Their attacks are unrelenting.
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Windblade!
Oh, come on.
God's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Not too far now.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
Dangerous to go alone.
Depthal energy! That light
Yes, shockwaves for everyone. Shockwave for you, and a shockwave for you. You get a shockwave. You get a shockwave. Everyone gets a shockwave.
Stabilize.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Like all these, like they're all badass. Like seriously, just all of them.
My name means swiftness.
Swiftness.
Take my power and run as I do.
Oh yeah. Infinite power. Infinite stamina. It's great. Look how fast we're going.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
I'm coming. Oh, I was like, what the hell? I didn't want to do that, but... Windblade!
Prepare to be blown away.
Or only just some of you. Because some of you are just too big and I can't.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Yep, the fun part.
Time to say hello.
This is order.
Your god is with you.
Looks like I went too far. Let's begin. Tell me what you see.
Fire!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades. Once we finish
Fight on, comrades!
the Adepti will be able to
Comrades.
deal with the god in peace.
I gotta pee so badly right now. But at least we did it.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Hark and rejoice, for the evil Goblin King is dead, and peace has been restored to the town. No one's gonna get that reference at all. Yeah, that is like one of the most badass things
Finally over?
in the game
The
up
ominous
to this
aura
point.
of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman
I love the smile
and as
on her
the
face.
backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Okay. Like I said, I had to pee really, really bad.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Mountain
I mean
Shaper.
no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
We're all on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
I'm saying I love you, Crane Mommy. When there is a discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend, harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why
Chang
does
Chang.
everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
Oh, you know, I was afraid after seeing that massive colossal wave hurling towards us that that all Liyue Harbor was going to be wiped out, but somehow it didn't manage to hit us.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there.
Yep.
Everyone was there.
And when that massive wave, they would just take their get back wave.
When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Which is fairly soon.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Why is that? Because I hate children.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay.
We are the shadows that hunt in the night.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
I mean, the last time they were at the harbor was probably when it was first established, so I seriously doubt it looked that amazing when it was first starting. So for them to stand there, 3,700 years later?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
They've listened to what the people have to say, or what the people have said. They're trying to understand things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
I told you, I hate children.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation.
Yeah.
One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
I love how Mooncarver's got a little
have
bounce in the back.
Then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
Yeah, you can say that again. All's well that ends well.
Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out.
But where is he?
But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up.
I guess he didn't have enough Mora.
Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too?
Alright. Derailed.
Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Oh, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I would love to go inside and actually see what it looks like in there, but alas, the fairy lady.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui?
Why would he be there?
Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Yeah.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Yay. Finally.
The key here is consumer psychology.
Just call him just like Batman. Climbing on rooftops and, you know, dressed in black and
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
they're not my friends.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
Senora.
You!
It's you two.
Hi,
I
baby.
believe we've met once before. In the City of Bards, was it?
Hi, the
I'm
City of
glad you
Bards.
still remember my name.
How can we forget?
Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
I still have time to take it back.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle.
Was it?
So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
It was only like
This
an
is
hour
certainly
ago.
A bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Hey.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally.
I mean, it's kind of true.
Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Zhongli tricked you? Senora and Zhongli? How do you mean? And Zhongli?
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Agreement? Gnosis.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
What? Tenandayo?
How sanctimonious.
Oh, so Zhongli is actually Rex Lapis? I mean, I did have my suspicions.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
I'm afraid I don't understand. And why did you feign your death?
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling
That thing is so
behind the
freaking
scenes,
distracting.
and then stirring them together in a pot
Like,
that
seriously.
was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see. Am I right?
Wait, what?
Yoni?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
So were you satisfied with the finale? I know I was. Let me guess, you had another plan in case it all burned down?
That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too.
Yeah. Like, this dude would simply show up, flick his wrist, and everything would just stop. Again, though the Gaiun Stone Forest, those are just stone spears that he hurled into the freaking water. So if he wanted, if we couldn't handle Osile ourselves, even with the Qixing and the Adepti and all that, he would just show up, put Osile back in his place, and poof, done. I mean, he's the oldest and probably the most powerful of the Archons because of how old he is. Like 6,000, although there is some debate whether or not he is actually older than that, maybe closer to 10,000 years old. But yeah, being the oldest, he's probably the strongest of the Archons. You know, when you control the earth itself, yeah. You know, you have water and everything, which is great, but you know, when you control the very earth itself, yeah, you're gonna kind of be the most powerful of them.
Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the
Yeah,
resolution
doesn't
to
even
all
matter.
that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me, and it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me?
Oh, I
Doesn't
chop
anyone
liver
feel
over
the
here?
least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
Oh, shut
I
up.
think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
We were both equally fooled. You really embarrassed yourself this time.
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapolyarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Hey, don't call me a child.
All right. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then,
Damn.
is there anything else you wish to ask me?
I'd like to know what the Cryo-Archon offered you. What could possibly be worth a Gnosis?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts.
Take a shot every time he says
As for the bargaining
contracts.
chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Yeah, so we still don't know what the contract was, and people are thinking that it was supposed to be like it was, you know, like the Fatui are evil, but Zhongli cares about his nation, and he wouldn't hand it over to someone who would just like, oh yeah, thank you for your, you know, for the gnosis. Now I'm just gonna wipe your nation off the map. No, the Tsaritsa clearly has an idea with what she wants to do with the gnosis. That involves more like unifying and protecting the world rather than people thinking that like they want to burn it to the ground.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there
now. But yeah, so clearly he knows the Tsaritsa's plan. But we're gonna have to find out once we go to Snezhnaya, which will be a bit of ways because we're still questing through Natlan. But Snezhnaya is the last trip in our questing, at least for the Seven Nations. And then once we get to Snezhnaya, you know, who knows what happens after that.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Uncle Son.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Yes, that is a good idea. Let us go listen.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting,
Big-footed
I guess it
Daijao.
means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do
It
you
was
think that the
me.
assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
The Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice.
Scoundrels.
If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Rex Lapis won't be the only corpse around here. Sir, I'm here for the announcement. Yes, it was I.
The Chising's
I did
words.
it.
Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Or else. No wrong think around here.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said.
They said that Rex Lapis wasn't murdered. They said that Rex Lapis died because of a divine trial.
So that's how they're spinning it.
He failed.
Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
Yes. Also, I mean, Keqing did say don't underestimate them.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
I love how the rite of parting, in a way, really was a rite of parting, even though Rex Lapis, Zhongli, wasn't actually dead. It was kind of like him saying goodbye to his godhood. Even though he's still a god, he doesn't have his gnosis anymore, but he's still a god. But now he's going to kind of mingle among mortals. So the rite of parting wasn't for a death, like an actual death, but it was a death of a god. So, I mean, the symbolism, it's what matters. So, you know. Oh, my 3 ex-wives are here. Future ex-wives. Keqing.
Are they saying something?
Are they talking about me behind my back? I need to kill them.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contract
Hey, shithead.
burnt and reduced to ash.
No, it eroded like boulders.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous.
Oh, hey, look, it's our favorite
But
horny
blinded by our
NPC.
prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell.
Farewell.
Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
Prosperity!
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the
Mince.
Tianquan. Does Her
Tianquan.
Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
I will murder every one of you.
Is she
Yeah.
looking this way?
Traveler.
Hello. That's you.
Yikes! She really is
Zoink,
looking that way.
zoinks.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So
That's me. I know, I'm
Liyue
amazing.
Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Whoa, I want all of Liyue Harbor.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
She speaks. Final farewell. Go to the site of the rite of parting.
Roping you in was possibly the most masterful move we could have made. I believe that future generations will say so too when our deeds come up for their review.
Our deeds will be sung.
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done. I didn't miss anything, did I?
No. Keqing.
Why, you. Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
Look for Zhongli at the scene, who wasn't over there before, and he just spawns into place. Oh, that's 2 freaking sexy men right there.
Hey, Zhongli!
Hi, Daddy.
Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
I mean...
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years?
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine.
Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Liyue kiosk.
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Liyue kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora.
You've been this way the entire time, but why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do.
Mortals just don't create money out of thin air.
When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon, so I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to.
Exactly, because he was Morax. He could just create Mora out of nothing. So, like, no matter what, no matter how expensive something was, he could just create enough Mora to pay for it.
But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Kind of sounds like you, Paimon.
We were only spending Fatui money.
Which was true.
You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
It was a fine journey.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed.
Just like Japan, which Inazuma is based on. You know, China, Japan are kind of near each other, so obviously it makes sense. Who's the god who rules over Inazuma?
The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Yeah. Electro Mommy.
Thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
The Shogun?
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
I'll just blind myself and I can get it.
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes.
Yes.
It was a decree to hunt
visions. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Anemo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles.
Ugh, the heavenly principles.
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
About Mora.
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
So I also, just right there, the entire continent. So even though I think Teyvat is actually the world as well, Teyvat is also just a continent. And right now we're questing through that continent. So once we go through Natlan, which is pretty much ending soon, we're going to Snezhnaya next, and then we will have traveled and journeyed through the continent of Teyvat. And that means there's a lot more to see across the oceans. Think of it like Azeroth, and we've got, you know, all that stuff on one side. Now it's our time to go to the other side of the planet where things aren't so noticed. But I like how she says the entire continent. Lets you know there is a lot more, because the players are the same thing. It's like, well, what happens afterwards? Well, Hoyoverse has said they've got about 10 years worth of content planned out. It's only been 4. So clearly,
the Mora present now will not vanish, but the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo Archon's power.
Which I think MatPat did a whole theory about how Zhongli destroyed would slowly destroy the economy. But if they convert and, you know, create new currency like paper currency, you know, whatever's, they don't have to spend whatever else is in the Golden House. So that's next evolution. I mean, that's what we did. We had, you know, stones and minerals, and, you know, then we had precious gems and metals, and here we are now with currency. So that's just the next step for them. They'll probably move on from Mora to paper currency along with small coins made from metals. You know, probably like the, you know, the metals and everything that just rare metals, but also metals that can be found, you know, all around Teyvat, or it's just the whole world. 'Cause I'm assuming the whole world runs on Mora.
This is terrible. We're all about to run out of Mora.
God, it's not that big of a deal. You just convert to something else.
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
No. In fact, I thought I'd rely on the niceness of strangers like you.
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
I didn't.
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Quest completed. Oh god, we will be reunited. That phrase alone. That phrase alone. Oh yeah, we can... Next time. According to the judgment of the Ortrice Mécanique d'Annelise Cardinal, we get nothing. Well, that's, is there anything else that I needed?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
I don't know. They died it.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth.
And boots are made for walking. Anyway, that was the Liyue Archon quest, which is back then, up until this point, was a lot better than Mondstadt's. But then Sumeru comes out and just blows everything out of the water, even though Inazuma's is pretty good. Sumeru and then Fontaine. Oh my god, Fontaine was probably the best. Fontaine, Sumeru. Natlan's quest is pretty cool. But I think this
Good
one...
things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
That's good for you, Bennett. Yeah, so for me, Fontaine, Sumeru, Liyue, then Natlan, and then Mondstadt.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Of course, we haven't gone through Snitch yet, so that one might make us all start bawling like babies and, you know, just be like, oh my god, pure cinema. But up until this point, this was, and still is, it's an amazing quest. But yeah, it's I'm so glad I'm doing this. I love this game so much, and that's why I've been playing it for 4 years, ever since it's come out. I think I started like a little after, like a month or so after the game came out. I remember when
wine tastes the same.
I remember when I started, the first banner was pretty much coming to an end, and I'm like, ugh, sucks I didn't get a chance to really pull for it, anything on there, but you know, that's what you get sometimes. Anyway, I hope everyone else is enjoying going through this again as much as I am. But anyway, that is gonna do it for me, and the next time we will do the Dainsliff stuff. Can't wait to see Sasuke again. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.